everyone, and welcome to Horrornightoasis, a radio show where we discuss all the latest movies and news from the world of horror. Joining me tonight, with a little bit of consciousness left, Ian, and everything else. Are you there, my brother?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, we are. This is going through that, and then to have to go through this. Oh boy. But we're here to continue on this Christmas Murderland marathon, and after last week's show, we discussed it, not like a couple minutes after it went off the air. Let's do another Krampus movie. And we were like reading through things and like cuz there has to be something that's a little bit better than Grandma Krampus. And so I looked through there and I had, when I go through the Tubi list, playlist, I see all the titles. I put them to my list and save them. And I'm just going through there and I'm reading off titles. And there's this one. And I was just like, well, this sounds okay. And then here we are. And Ian, it's been a while. Again, we thought Grandma Krampus or Granny Krampus, or whatever the title was last week. I mean, but in a way, you know me and the way I feel about films that are complete and utter messes, and this kind of fit that bill, where it was just so fucking outlandish and ridiculous, and it's like this should be noteworthy, honestly, because it's just so out there. Like somehow some dude got his fetish video on Tubi. But we're talking about Krampus and the Crazy Cats, or Krampus and the Crazy Girls.
Yeah.
There's get the poster up there, Ian.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of those where I think the last time that it's not. I was thinking it was like, Halloween Double Trouble, Wendigo, Wrath on Human Garbage, where it's just so fucking ridiculous. But like those, there's like a little bit of care, because like he's, the director's going out there and making films in his community, that's what he wanted to do. This one, it's just some German guy that's like really into spanking. And you know what? Let's put that to film for 75 minutes and put the people in Krampus costumes and just go around talking about spanking women.
That's all the movie was.
That's all the movie
was. That's little. And walking. Like, the biggest reoccurring character was the bridge.
Yeah, that bridge, man. They got some use out of that bridge. Oh God, trust me, this is not one for it. I mean, honestly, as a perverse individual, I kind of had fun with it for a while, but then it started to wear off its luster towards the end, and then it like picked up in the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes, where it's just like constant women getting slapped, asses spanked by rods, and that's all he said. Like, oh, we're going to spank you with our rods. I mean, honestly, part of it felt like it was about to turn into a freaking porno.
I honestly would have not been surprised if it had, because like it was very like almost all the scenes were set up to like be perfect for an introduction for a porno.
Yeah.
I was like, this is woof. It was like, unlike last movie, at least this one, like, I had fun with it just because of how stupid it was.
It was fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, this is, again, it's like
nothing happens, but like at least like it's just something to constantly laugh at.
it's a barrage of just spanking, and I mean, like, seriously, it's just constant.
That
And they
should be Krampus and girls constantly getting spanked. That's the name of the movie.
yeah, but like, so technically, what semblance of a plot besides the spanking that's in your face nonstop for 75 minutes is that it is Krampus Day. It is like the 5th or 6th of December or whatever. And like there's just like Krampus. Like apparently in this German town there's an abundance of Krampuses. Um and it's not like, again, it's poorly done. It's just dudes in costumes, right? It's like it's it's terrible looking, It's like Serial Rabbit levels of bad, but still, it's just like it's ridiculous and dumb. It's porno level quality, where you see the how bad those porn parodies are sometimes. It's like that, but it's like honestly, it's those weird German pornos. This is like the ET porno. It's just like what is going on over there. It's just like that horror porn stuff, where it's like they have like um the Goonies sloth mask on, and like he's banging, he's dirt and muddy, and he's banging the chicks in the kitchen trying to feed it. The weird German porn, the horror porn. And just like that, but it's like dudes in very furry Krampus costumes with a poorly done mask talking about how the women have been naughty and like they're dating sometimes, and they're like boyfriend, girlfriend, and then like, oh, you've been bad, you cheated on me, all you want to do is have sex behind my back with other guys. And then they just like random conversations that really don't lead nowhere, that ultimately ends up again getting spanked by Krampus in various sexual positions, clothed. And it is a sight. I mean, that is just a barrage. And again, sometimes they just use the same scenes over and over. So if you're someone that has problems with continuity, this is not your film, because you're going to see the same girl carrying a cooler over the bridge 16 times, and it's supposed to be different shots, different points in time, her walking to the car. And then like the gunshots in, and just like how, and then the scene where she throws a pillow and it hits him and it's a gunshot. It's just like, it's just nonsense. And then it breaks the fourth wall when they introduce the director, Peter. And thank you for having the name Peter. The film
Thank Peter.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. And so he breaks the fourth wall a few times, where they kind of cut in and like, why don't you tell us, are you going to give us some details about your film? No. On to the next scene. It's just like, it's like sort of spoofish or parody, but it's, it doesn't like it's lost in translation. I mean, honestly, a lot of this is kind of lost in translation because some of the conversations don't make sense and the subtitles weren't the best. But man, Ian, I mean, for my happy 37th birthday. It's like,
yeah.
Jesus.
Happy birthday, man. But oh my god. And, hey, birthday spankings.
Yeah, this is it, man. This is 75 minutes of just, oh. And then like again, the girls, I being the person that I am, I'm not gonna stop this. I don't know if they're nobodies or if they're actually into the adult industry, because I mean, they might just be fetish models. And I did Google, but I didn't. Honestly, nothing comes up in this film. I mean, it's on Tubi. It's not on IMDb. It's barely on anything else. And you come to find out that the director, Peter, he's an established author, and he wrote a novelization of the movie. So if you don't want to sit there for 75 minutes, he's going to go into the explicit detail on the barbs and the briars of the weeds of the rods that the Krampuses are holding, spanking against the buttocks of the women in very skimpy outfits.
I mean, those girls did look pretty nice. But oh my god, and the film was so glitch. Like the editing made the film so glitchy. Like if you like stare at it long enough, you'll see them like where you could tell like they cut and then like told them to hold the position and then redo it, but they were slightly off.
Honestly, Ian, I think what he did is I think he just filmed scene after scene of the same scene and just used them all. You know, the guy on the phone wanting the meat, wanting his meat for the customers where there's no customers in his restaurant, but he has to have that meat. And like, he has to tenderize the meat and get that Krampus meat. Oh, yeah. And the whole plot of the movie is the two girls basically are killing Krampus or all the Krampuses in the area and then selling their meat to this restaurant owner because for Krampus Day, apparently. And then there's St. Nicholas, and he's like giving orders and wondering where Krampus is, and he's drunk, and everyone's drunk, and I'm drunk, and Ian's drunk, and we're watching these girls, and we're just like sloshed, and it's like a no holds barred like version of like Hooters, just like, but nothing like the patrons can come in and just fucking spank the asses of all the waitresses. No sexual allegations needed. It's all free reign. And that's what this felt like. It was just like, there's parts of this where it's just like, Jesus. I mean, I know it's all free will, but my goodness. Especially that last act where they're at the fire pit and it's just like two Krampuses going at it with the fucking rods smacking the girls in the asses. I mean, seriously, it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's this was a really wild film, but there's really not much to this movie.
There's not. I mean, it's just the sight of it, Ian. I mean, it's hard to describe it. It's just an experience, You have to. I mean, I don't even know if people really want to go that route. A lot of people's not really, going down that rabbit hole, to a like sort of fetish video, this isn't the levels of Beelzebub where you get close up a butthole and vag and philosophical meanings. No, this is just women in clothing, short skirts, fishnets, scantily dressed, but they're in peculiar positions and Krampuses are spanking them with sticks constantly and close-up shots. This is weird.
Yeah, it was a really ridiculous movie.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
But I can't, like I said, man, compared to Grandma Krampus, I mean, I had a more entertaining time with it. I can't say I didn't. I mean, it kind of loses its luster, yes. And it kind of rinses and repeats a lot of the same scenes and just over and over. And like, there's no forward momentum in the film. It's like the guy calls him, I need my meat in 30 minutes. Okay, I'll be there. And then it's like she takes the gun out and shoots the Krampus. And then it repeats the same setup over and over again. It's almost like we're in a gate, one of those seventh layers of hell, just like repeating the same thing over and over, and maybe that's what he was kind of going for because it kept going like the separate, the day 6 and stuff like that and all these other things subtitled. But man, that was a wild movie.
Yeah, no, it was a very interesting watch. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it just because there's just nothing like, how much can you go over girls getting spanked and getting drunk?
She wants her weed. Santa doesn't want to give it to her, so he spanks her. She goes down the road. She circles back. A lot of establishing shots showing the girls walking in the same path. Krampus walks up to the door. hey, let me in, let me in. I need to come in. I need to find where Bunny is. I need Emma. I need Bunny. I need Emma. And then like he gets in, like the door's not locked. He gets in there. He just talks to the girl, grabs her over, puts her over the shoulder, puts her on the couch, gropes her, and then just starts whipping her ass. I mean,
and then they just rinse and repeat.
yeah.
And then there's some funny special effects. Like, okay, so when the screen went total blue, I was like, that was a choice. That was a interesting choice. And it wasn't like I couldn't really see the like what was going on because the blue was like obscuring everything. And I was just like, what is going on with this film? Like every time I start feeling a little bored, something wild pops up.
Yeah.
Not like not story wise, just editing wise. Like I loved when she shot the Krampus and then like had like that like
A-bomb explosion.
explosion.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on?
Like, how is it? Like, he must have got Peter must have like the most a cryptic computer there is to use. I mean, that was that was wild. Oh man, I don't know, man. This is weird. This is Ian. This is how friendships are made. I mean, honestly, this is like you put a bunch of people in the room and you just see them go out slowly but surely, and the last two is me and you, and we're left, and we just become the biggest friends. You're like, well, something had to become of this film, and a friendship is what happened. And this is like this just tightens our friendship for some fucking reason because I don't. I mean, I would watch this by myself, but like now I have there's just that friendship and that aura that we have now. We watch this, it's just that bonding, like how we met, just like automatically, like yeah, this is something. I feel safe talking about the dark recesses of my mind with you, and and this is just like, yeah,
it's
like
not the wildest fetish film we've done.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, again, I've seen porn. I've seen horror porn. I've seen Dawn of the Dead. I've seen Repenetrator. I've seen all those. So it's not.
Remember when we watched when we did that fetish marathon?
Yeah.
And we had the guys and babies that turn dressed as babies who turned into babies.
Adult babies. Yeah. This is like a Furry Nights was like had spanking in it. That's like the level of this. Where it's just like, but at least that one is like sort of a slasher film. This one is just full on like. This should be behind like a paywall on an adult site. It feels like this is like an OnlyFans film or something.
Yeah.
Clips for sale, one of those where it's just like, but it's on Tubi for the world, and here we are reviewing it, and we're just, I mean, we're not for the better, but we're in a selective group, like 3 people that's watched it. Me, you, and that random dude on Letterboxd.
Right. No, like that's why I love doing this show is because we never know what we're going to get when we start in on these films.
No, and like we just thought, like, okay, 2 women killing Krampuses and selling their meat. That sounds intriguing. We're gonna spank your ass for 75 minutes with sticks and talk about getting drunk and sex and how you're a bad fuck and how you're cheating behind my back and how I'm just gonna go get drunk and have sex and oh Krampus, I'm gonna spank you with my rod. I'm horny. How dare you not be good to Krampus on Krampus Day? Go over there and take care of Krampus. He needs his daily dose of spanking women.
Yeah. But hey, like I said, all the girls in this movie were actually quite attractive. And I was like, okay. I just wanted to know like where like how that he roped them into this.
Again, German. I mean, trust me, you can. There's a lot of women over there that are pretty open into anything, and to be a part of hot spanking rod action. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the you can. I don't know. I mean, again, I'd love to read the book now.
I kind of do too. I just want to know if it's a smut book.
I bet. I mean, honestly, I bet it goes into more detail than the film because you're able to get away with a lot more than just point the camera and just reuse the same shit over and over and rinse your hands and say, "All right, film." You know,
Yeah.
soup, meats, blood,
I loved when that.
Krampus, Rod. Just Ian. This is awful.
This was at least like in terms of bad. I am like this did kind of like Granny Krampus. Actually, like the more I thought about it after we got off, the more angry I got at how lazy it was. And
Yeah,
it's lazy.
and then you have this, and it's like
way.
completely lazy. This is a farce, and it's just like so much more entertaining.
Yeah, like I guess it's a difference between pretension and just doing something for fun.
Yeah,
and I felt like this was more for fun than it was to try to portray itself as being more than what it was. And I think, you can always tell, especially if after watching as many movies as you and I have, we can tell who is actually trying and who's just having fun. So
yeah, it definitely had that where he's just like, you know what, fuck it, throwing whatever, I don't care. I'm just gonna go out there, make hot spanking rod action 6, disguise it as a Krampus movie. We're good, you know. And then Tubi picks it up and apparently doesn't even watch it and puts it out there for the world to see.
right.
I wonder if this would be allowed on YouTube.
I don't know. I think it should be. I've seen
Yeah.
weirder.
Yeah, I mean, there is breastfeeding and birthing videos, but that's like stuff.
I think they got rid of the breastfeeding videos.
Oh, have they? I haven't even noticed.
I saw it was like a big controversy going on about it.
But I don't know. I mean, again, you can find all kinds of stuff on Facebook Reels now. You know, you have those old ladies in like bikinis and
hell, blue sky.
Yeah.
I typed in. I just got on there not too long ago, and I typed in, just like looking for a D&D post, and I just got like bombarded with like straight porn, like full nudity, like person getting a blowjob, and I was like, okay, but social media is weird.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this would garner a cult following for those.
This should have a cult following.
this is just waiting because it's just so fucking weird, man. I mean, this is one of those for those fetishes. Yeah, and it's just like they just don't know. You know, it's just one of those like, again, I don't suggest it for the average person. I mean, I don't. This is, like I said, this is put 40 people in a room, and then the last two is me and Ian. You know, as they slowly walk out as it gets more and more chaotic, and me and Ian's in awe of it, and just like laughing and having an hysterical time. And then it just ramps up towards the end. Like, can you believe those people missed that last act? Like, Jesus, all those Krampuses smacking those girls' asses. They were going through the catacombs of that castle, smacking their asses. Like, you wouldn't even, it's like that third act, when they went into space and just like landed on the moon and spanked her ass, there's just like that last act in. It's just like fucking Fire to flames. Jesus.
Yeah.
Ugh. Double Krampus spanking action. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm just like
Same.
that last act is just fucking ridiculous because it's just so it is kind of monotonous, and like I said, it wears thin because it's just constant of the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and crossing the bridge and crossing the bridge and crossing the bridge and same scene and same scene, and then like the girls just like the continuity is just off the charts. I mean, it's bad. There's the scene where she's riding her bicycle and she parks it in front of the steps, and then they reuse the steps where she's going down to the right hand side, and the bike's in a different position, and like the Krampuses are like the same Krampus and not the same Krampus, and then the one's like drunk in the soup pot that's like living with Saint Nick, but then he's back on the casting couch in the bar and like spanking a girl, and then like mid scene it changes masks.
Yeah, no, like that's why I messaged you and I was like, I am so confused. Like things are just happening and I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I know that like he was wearing something different. This was there. And I was like, man, that and like the editing where it was just so glitchy, he started getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
Like by the end of the movie, he started getting on my nerves.
This whole movie is no condom, and then you start getting raw.
Yeah. Getting some rug burn.
Yeah. Jesus,
man.
The shit we sit through, man. But
we do it to ourselves.
Who would have thought that last week, like, two girls going after Krampus, hunting down Krampuses and serving them, selling their meat for food or doing whatever. That sounds all right. Who would have thought it would turn out to be a German fetish video? It's like,
no. Like when I started seeing, I was like, "Wait, is this in German?"
This is like when you're just like, "Wait a second, wait."
No.
I
didn't look it up beforehand,
yeah.
And when the title screen started popping up, and I was like, "Wait, I can't read that." I was like, "Oh, this is a foreign film." Oh, I was getting like all kinds of recommendations too, like Christmas recommendations. Some of them look fun.
I'm amazed the wife didn't walk in on this one, man. She'd be like, "What the hell are you watching?"
The wife was hanging out with a friend tonight, and she's just now on her way back.
You got to sleep this under the rug. We got to put the Krampus in the rod under the rug.
She's seen worse.
Yeah, I know.
I always love when, but I do love when like she walks in on the wrong parts.
Yeah,
like
this whole movie was the wrong part.
I know. I was like, there is no scene in this that like it's like spanking every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and like they reuse the same house over and over again. And it's just crazy.
Oh god! And then just the barrage of Krampuses on girl action, where they just chase him down the street. There's like a Krampus. It's like what you went to, the Krampus Day fair or festival, and it's just like, imagine if you watched this, if this was the first film, and then you went to the Krampus festival, and then you're just like scared for your life, waiting for all the Krampuses to come around, just smacking asses.
Okay, so. Actually, I saw a Krampus burlesque dance that night, and there was somebody who were spanking people. It was an 18 and plus event.
Yeah,
it was a fun time, and oh man,
and those Krampuses chasing the people down the castle and the roads, and where the bells or the whatever, it looked like they had ass cheeks. It's just like,
yeah, I thought that too. I looked away and I looked back. I was like, "Is that his ass?" And I was like, "Is that?" And then I saw it moving around. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, no, it's ornaments. It's just special, specially placed to look like a baboon ass.
I was like, is that a yeah, I was like, is that a fucking baboon? Oh my god, that movie is just wild.
Oh God,
That was
that's a trip, man. And again,
it
I
was
don't see.
yeah.
I mean, no
My
regular
god.
person deserves to watch this, and no regular person's gonna come out the way we did. It's kind of like you. It's like again, before 8 Ball, after 8 Ball, before Krampus and the Crazy Cats, after Krampus and the Crazy Cats. Before Fisted, after Fisted.
Oh my god.
You just come away and you just change your perspective, and you just come out like we're in a specific ballpark, and only me and Ian are there. We just got this whole baseball field to ourselves, and it's just coming down with Krampuses and rods and girls getting their asses spanked in every seat. That whole stadium, we're right there at home base, and we're just seeing nothing but fucking Krampuses spanking asses.
Right. Well,
Jesus, Ian.
oh my god.
Oh God, I brought up a sweat with this one.
No, it's been a while since we've had a film that made us truly just laugh at its absurdity.
Yeah.
But like after last week, I think it was needed. It wasn't a good Krampus movie.
No, because the only thing that came out of last week was Uncle Krampus opening doors and pointing. That was it. And the little fancy dance. That was it. This one, it's just full on asses.
Yeah. Lots of ass.
Spanked. Yeah. I mean,
lots of leather.
Asses. Yeah. Clothed asses, but still, it's just spanking. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
And they label this as they do put comedy in the subtitle there. Horror. I don't know where the horror comes in, but I guess it's a horror on the senses. And apparently I'm the kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But I think I have chased my tail enough.
Yeah. This one we need to put the rods away. We need to put them back in the sacks. And we got to get those balls.
Yeah.
Those balls need to not be blue anymore.
Right.
And we got to tone down the redness of the cheeks. And we got to put this away. We cannot have the bosoms of the women, the cheeks of the women. They need to set properly. And we need all the Krampuses. I mean, it's past time for them to go away anyway. So I think we're done with Krampus. I mean, that one. This one, yeah. There's no setting for a while. But, Ian, it's been great. And again, I was literally about to pass out before the show, and just like talking and going through this, and I'm fucking wide awake now.
Yeah, same.
But as always, it's great talking with you to continue on this ridiculous marathon that we conjure up every year. So as always, I appreciate everyone for listening, and especially for this one, because if you manage to last this one, hats off to you. You're in a special crowd along with me and Ian.
All right.
But Ian, take care of yourself and the kid. Tell the wife hello, and I'll talk to you later. And everyone else, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Horror Night Oasis.
All right. Good night.